Wait, we can't talk about it?
Yeah, we can talk about that.
Oh.
If you...
No,
I would love to.
Talk about what?
Why don't you want to talk about Brendan Schaub? But you're down.
No. So, Brendan Schaub?
Well, here's what I'll say
No,
about
Brendan Schwab.
Schwab?
Schwab.
Oh, Brendan Schwab,
Yeah,
the
Brendan
insurance
Schwab.
salesman. Yeah. Oh, I can talk about it.
I call him a Schwab because he looks like a Schwab. You know, like don't they call those Schwabs in the ear?
Yeah.
Swab?
Okay.
You gently do it, but this is on you. This is on you.
Okay, so Brendan.
Here's what I
This
say.
is on you, and that's it.
He's a comedian that you have a podcast with two other very funny ladies called Trash Tuesday.
Right, with Esther Pavitsky and Annie Leonard.
Annie.
Yeah.
Great show.
Thank you.
Love all three of you guys.
My heart's beating because I want to be delicate about this.
100%.
Okay, yes.
You tread lightly.
I will tread lightly.
So you guys were doing a show, and you said that someone you guys knew was trying to pick.
Hold on.
You don't
let
wanna
Ethan
even say?
finish. This is just...
Well, just correct me where I'm wrong.
We don't need to stress you guys out.
It's going to distress him because... Okay, go ahead, Ethan.
You okay, Bobby?
Yeah.
So you guys said this guy, Brendan Schwab, you alluded to it. You said his initials was BS. Everybody now knows it's him, right?
Well, the first time that we had talked, it was a story about someone who had hit on me 7 years ago. It was a story about but we never said his name during the first show.
You guys were together 7 years ago?
Yes, we've been together 9.
Okay, Playboy. Pound it for that. Fucking tricolored cock, but man.
When is your 10-year anniversary?
Next year.
Okay. 'Cause ours is coming up. I was like, maybe
in
we're
June. 10 years.
in
married.
October.
Oh, October. Wrong month.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Anyway.
Tread lightly.
With no intention other than to just tell a story about
Funny
something
story.
that happened.
Interesting.
Just to get a good laugh, something that I thought might
So
be
7 years
relatable.
ago, he tried to pick you up, this comedian.
I told the
comedian.
story on Trash Tuesday, which is like,
He tried to, and the story was interesting. He brought you to the car and tried to get a blowy or something?
No, that's not me. That
was one of the other girls.
Annie, and
Because that's such an interesting way to pick up a girl, I think. To be like, yo, you want to come to my car and suck my cock?
by the way, I should preface this by saying I had a phone call with him. All is squared away and fine.
Okay.
But he did promise. We promised that this would never be brought up again. But then he went on Flagrant 2 and talked about it. So I was like, all right, deal's off. I'm going to talk about it on HT.
Deals off.
Yeah. So, but I'll be delicate about it because I do think that, I don't want to be an asshole to anybody. Yeah.
Right.
But
Are you friends with him? Is that the problem? Are you friends with Brendan?
you're acquaintances.
Yeah. I'm friends with him.
Do you think he's a funny comedian? Because a lot of people.
I think he's great.
Okay.
I think he's wonderful. I do. I think
Yeah,
he's
he's a good
dynamic.
guy.
I really do.
Dynamic.
You know, can I say something about him? All right. I want to say this. All right. I want to say that.
He tried to fuck your girl,
No,
dude.
I get down there. Woo!
Okay.
All right. So
She's short.
Yeah. I like to say this about the man. All right. You know, it's very difficult to go from one profession to another, right? So he was an
UFC,
MMA fighter, right? And
Really successful fighter,
very
right?
successful.
What was his professional record?
It's not the record that counts. It's what you do in the ring. You know what I mean? It's commitment.
Right.
Right.
Mate, it takes balls to get in the ring.
Yeah, it does take balls.
Can you guys
and
pull
you're risking-
his professional record?
What does it matter?
I'm curious.
Yeah. So, anyway, so he, and he goes into a very difficult medium, which is stand-up comedy. It's clicky. It's
Very difficult.
It's very difficult, and he carves his way out, and he does a couple of specials. He's a successful podcaster, and my hat's off to him.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, good. I mean, nice
Hats
things.
off to him. Yeah.
All good vibes.
We've talked, and everything's under the rug, and everything's fine, and yeah.
Although I would like to clarify. This is not.
Well, you
on
didn't finish your. Well, Bobby has some nice things to say. So I
Right.
mean, you're in the middle of your story.
Well, my problem with the whole thing was when he had a problem with me, he went through Bobby. Bobby was a filter, and I thought that was really not appropriate.
He wouldn't
because-
talk to you.
No.
What is this? You're doing a toothpick?
It's a nicotine toothpick. I'm stressed out.
Are you serious?
We're fucked.
We're not fucked.
Wait, why are you fucked?
So what did I say? You're so afraid of being bullied.
Why are you so afraid?
Because like, this is the problem. To his defense, when
This is good.
when Schaub had a problem with me never even saying his name, and by the way, I neither confirm or deny that's to this day that story was about him.
Well, you guys said his initials was BS.
And then Annie said it was Bob Saget on the live show.
Well, and then no.
Bob Saget BS.
No, one of the things that really gave it away is that you guys said that he's not very funny as a comedian. And then you guys all started laughing.
That's subjective.
I disagree.
No, but I know that's like a meme about him. I know you think he's funny.
Yeah.
But there's like a meme that everyone's like,
He's the George Carlin of
He's not funny.
That doesn't
He's not funny.
mean that they necessarily said
Right.
that it's him.
So I actually, to this day,
You never
I
said
that
his name.
I never said
Yeah.
it was assumed. I didn't think that it would escalate in the way that it did. I also didn't realize that Bobby would take the brunt of the punishment because nothing,
He didn't do anything.
I didn't do anything.
Right.
And here's my problem with just even this in general, okay? And since we're already talking about it, fuck it, right? But what I'm saying to you is that I have nothing to do with any of it. I don't even know what the fuck the thing is about, really.
You don't like being put in the middle of it.
Not was I not put in the middle of it. I was being screamed at and bullied.
It was
and
like a
threatened.
get
and-
your bitch in line phone.
Yeah.
Oh my
but
God.
It was worse than that. It was way worse than that. And my point is that
I'm sorry, that's
now
disgusting.
my fear is the results of whatever this is now going to be.
There's no results because
There is a result.
No, there isn't. I can call Schaub right now, and we could be like, all is squared away and everything is fine because we've already talked about it. The promise was that he would never talk about it again, and the next day he went on flagrant 2 and then talked about it, even though it was in a complimentary way.
Yeah, in a complimentary way. So
I don't feel like we've said anything bad about him either. The point is, was there a text alluding to possibly suing people? Yes, there was. Did it freak me out and did it make me think, oh shit, like such a small thing to sue over? But was there a lot of misunderstanding from his team and us? Yeah, but we talked it through. But the truth is the truth, and it's all squared away.
So you guys, I'm just going to get this clear. So you guys were talking about there was this comedian that people assumed was him.
Yeah.
That was trying to pick up all you girls, kind of a sleaze, whatever, right?
Yeah.
So he calls you and says, Bobby, get your woman in line? I mean, what kind of fucking animal does that? That's fucked up. Why doesn't he call you? He has your number, right? I would assume.
It was
Or just
your
how to contact
podcast.
you.
Yeah.
It's your fucking podcast. Who the fuck? Why? What the fuck is that shit?
It was not just him.
There was a whole barrage.
It was.
Don't say the name.
I'm not gonna. But it was a phone call with other podcasters, and it was.
That's some bullshit.
They flogged you, bro.
Not flogged me. They threatened my career. They called me a coward, a pussy. You've always been a pussy.
I'm sorry,
What?
that's
You have
unacceptable.
and
Blackmail.
they said they would expose me. They said that all these things, and I was in Oklahoma shooting a show, and I was at dinner, and I was by myself, and I was getting. It was very traumatic for me, and it was based on whatever they did on the live. Now imagine what's going to happen with now this.
It's good you said that.
I think it's good that you're saying that because
Because fuck them.
you
should
shouldn't-
stand up for yourself.
Yeah.
But I
That's
see
so
these
fucked
guys
up.
every time.
All
All the time.
But
you know
to
what I
be
mean?
But
clear,
they did it. They took
this
it there.
behavior is
How you-
unacceptable.
But
Totally.
to be clear,
That's fucked up.
when that happened, he called me like shell shocked and crying. At which point I said, "Give
I
me
wasn't
his
crying.
number."
Come on, I'm a man.
Poor Bobby.
Yeah.
That's
Hey,
fucked up.
Bobby, you're
But
the
he-
best man, the man that has feelings. Like what the,
No,
what the
it's
fuck
true.
are
And
we
also,
talking
when
about?
he's like being spoken
You
to,
think she wants somebody?
Say that again for the
can't
people
feel
in
anything?
back. Say that again for the people in
Go
back.
ahead.
We love men that can cry.
Bottom.
So to be clear,
This story
that was
infuriating.
the height of the chaos was when that happened. At which point I said,
I'm so sorry, dude.
Yeah.
That's so
Yeah.
fucked up.
Well, to both of you, also not
Yeah.
having like the balls to talk to you. He has the balls to go and fight people, but like, why does he gotta
Right.
go?
Did
talk
you even
to
know what was going on when he
Go
called
talk
you?
No,
to your
I-
man.
You're like, what are you guys talking about?
he didn't know what it was happening.
I don't. Number one, I don't. They were okay. First of all, they were like, we have evidence. of something, right? So they go, we have 50 pages of...
No, they said 300 pages.
Whatever, of evidence.
Dude, Brandon Schwab can't even read, bro. How the fuck that guy bringing 300 pages of anything? That guy's barely literate. Are you kidding me?
Well, this is where I think that there's a disconnect between...
Dude.
There's a disconnect between the information he's being fed by his team. I don't think it's all him. Like, he's just like, I have 300 pages of proof that of an IP address that's linked to Bobby's.
Please.
Listen to this, Ethan. Linked to Bobby's computer. I was like, do you realize how tech stupid Bobby is?
You.
He answers phone calls on his iPad. Do you know what I mean?
My man.
Saying that, and basically that we've launched an attack on him for the past 5-6 years. And I told Brendan, I was like, Brendan, with all due respect, like, you're not an afterthought for us. Like, why would we as a company just dedicate 5-6 years to this harassment on Reddit when my sweet lover...
Oh, because a lot of people hate Brendan. There's like a whole like movement.
So yeah, he's trying to...
He blames that on you guys?
Yes, and so now we're at a point where it's like, well...
He says that he has proof that me, for the last 5 or 6 years, that I've been on Reddit. You know what I mean?
Okay.
I gotta say.
I'm gonna tell you.
Go.
Let me finish.
Everybody breathe.
I've been spending my time. First of all, number one, I don't own a computer. I don't even know how to buy one, really. You know what I mean?
He really doesn't.
All right. Number two, right? I don't know how to get on Reddit. I've asked her, how do you get on it? What is it? You know what I mean?
Right.
I'm just not tech savvy in that way. It's shameful to say, but
It's not shameful. You're what are you, like 50, 60?
He's 50.
Yeah.
So
you are the best looking 50-year-old,
Yes.
by the way.
Thank you.
You are so youthful and your skin is so soft.
Right.
Go ahead.
So he was going, you're doing this. We can trace the URL back to your house, and you're the leader of this Reddit group. I'm like, bro, first of all, if you look at, from what I hear, if you look at Reddit, there are pages about me as well. And me.
And
that are
horrible ones
destroying
about
me,
me.
so I don't read it.
Can I tell you something?
Yeah.
As someone who's been in technology my whole life,
Yeah.
people that don't know fucking anything about technology say that shit.
Yeah.
But I think
It's impossible to get that.
right.
He doesn't have it.
When
it's
anybody
impossible to
says
get
they
it.
have
But I think
proof against you,
But Ethan,
Bullshit.
I think that I'll defend him in this scenario by saying I think his team is giving him a lot of wrong information.
Well, whatever.
And that's ultimately what
Yeah.
him and I were able to find common ground. It's like, look, I think I'm receiving wrong information, and I'm like, I can understand that. I can forgive
He's
that.
just trying to scare you. Dan, Dan is our tech wizard. He's walking with a bag of chips, Dan, for Christ's sake.
What's up?
Is it possible to get IP logs from Reddit that proves that Bobby is posting shit about Brendan?
Not without like working at Reddit. I mean, yeah.
Or having like
administrator
a
or
federal
something.
subpoena.
Yeah.
I didn't know what he was
no.
saying.
I actually think we should. I could call him right now and get clarification.
No, do not call him right now. That's
Wait,
the
we're
dumbest thing
okay.
to
Him
do.
and I are okay now.
I doubt it.
I'm going to say this.
No.
After this,
No.
you will not be okay.
I agree with that.
I promise you this, and this has opened. No, I'm not fine. I'm fine, or I'm totally fine. Totally fine. But I'm just saying
That
this has
toothpick is-
opened up a world. I'm not a pussy, right? I'm just saying. The thing is that you guys don't do stand up, right?
No.
Right. So I'm always around them.
Yeah.
Right. I always have. So I'm trying to play it politically, right? I feel like I was assaulted for something that I didn't do at all. I don't even know what the
Wait,
fuck they're talking
you
about.
truly have nothing to do with it.
I have nothing to do with, and yet I was being, you know what I mean?
They put it all on
attacked,
you.
right?
Because they're using you to try to control what
Right.
Khalyla's doing.
Right. So, I went to therapy and about it. You know what I mean?
Really?
Talked about it
Yeah.
yesterday because it's like it was just so traumatic, and these were my friends, and I had no idea what the fuck they were talking about, right?
Wow.
And so my whole thing was, let's never talk about it again, ever, right? And let's just brush it under the rug so that I can go to comedy clubs and look them in the eye and be cordial, right? But now, right, this is a whole nother fucking thing that I got to deal with now.
Yeah,
You know what
I see your point.
Yeah.
It just sucks
They're
because
bullies.
they are.
yeah, it sounds like they're trying to bully you, and it sucks that you're in this position now.
Yeah.
Where you have to. It's like it sounds like some bullshit boys club, where it's like let's be honest, dude. A lot of these fucking guys have accusations against them, and it's a fucking boys club, and they're all protecting each other. And I'm not saying that one did one One did
I have no
one.
idea what you're talking about.
Okay, fine. I'm not saying anyone did anything specifically,
Yeah.
but it's like, hey, your girl's out of line. You know, you got to protect the boys, and it's fucked up. It's bowling bullshit, dude.
Yeah, and on Flagrant 2, Andrew Schultz's podcast, he was like, I contacted Khalyla. And I'm like, no, I asked Bobby for your new number, and I reached out to you.
He wanted to talk to you. So.
Oh, okay. Then it was both
all right, so
ways.
that's a two-way street. All right, let's be real. All right,
But I don't like the narrative that he came to me with this, because it took months or like 2 months before he even wanted to come directly to the source. And I would have been, if he saw the first podcast on Trash Tuesday and said, hey, I really didn't like what you said. It could have alluded to me. That's not good for me. And then I would have said, I understand that. I didn't realize that you would be getting extra harassment from all of this. I apologize. I will not say it again. It's also not a cancelable offense to hit on a woman. It's not a big deal. It was an anecdote.
Yeah,
And
totally.
it could have been resolved right then and there. And I did tell him that when I spoke to him a week ago. I said, this was a very, very simple thing. So from here on out, moving forward, let's shake on it. If you have a problem with something I say, come to me directly. And he said the same thing. So we're good. We're good. I promise you we're okay.
I promise you we're not.
No.
I promise you're not. And I promise you there's a wave coming now, and that's it.
Unfortunately, I agree with Bobby, just because I don't think they're going to be happy that it's out there that they're fucking bullying Bobby.
Because these are elements that I was never going to share. These are elements that I was going to just keep to
But
myself.
is that okay? Like,
It's not okay. It's
should-
but you got to live your life.
yeah, you gotta live your life.
No, it's okay with me because I'm doing. First of all, number one, would I say that they're friends of mine anymore? No, they're
Yeah.
out. Right,
Yeah.
I stopped following them on social media.
Okay.
Right, and I did what I'm doing to protect myself. You know what they did was not what a friend would do.
But
right?
he did apologize to you, Bobby. Brendan did.
Yeah, he did apologize. But what I'm saying is that the world didn't know what had happened.
Right.
Right? And so it's like, those are the elements that I was going to just kind of go, let's brush that to the side, right? I had my own way of processing it and dealing with it politically because I do stand-up every night, and I'm just around. Now, I have to now pick and choose where I go up, right? I do.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, I have to go.
I get it.
cannot go there that night because now they're there, right? And it just this has made it very difficult for me, And
It sucks. I'm sorry.
yeah, it's
not
all right.
fair.
I mean, it's out there, and that's why I wish you didn't do a live podcast. yeah. yeah.
I like to believe that this is.
I better get a lot of Teddy Fresh shit. I mean,
Bro, I got
I don't
got
like
the bulldozer
color,
forever.
every color, every fit.
Forever.
You got it. But I don't like the idea of because of this now your life's gonna be worse. I don't know. We've always lived under like not letting anyone bully us, and I don't think you should tolerate that behavior. And if it means that you're gonna have to not perform on the same night as them, maybe it's gonna be better for you though, because you don't have to carry this
Pretend like you
and
fucking-
pretend that you're
yeah.
like part of this group, this men's group, that everything is good there.
The problem
Nobody's
is there are
bullying
a couple
everybody.
of weddings that I'm going to, right?
Who
How
cares?
many times you go to weddings where you hate the other people there?
cares?
You go, fuck that guy.
Yeah,
I stay on this
yeah,
side, you stay on that
yeah.
side.
They're the ones that need to show up and be ashamed of themselves. Bottom line.
I understand that.
They
I
need to
understand
look
that. I was
down.
just doing
You
it
can
the
look
most
up.
political way
Right,
know.
Hila.
that I could do so that I
I know.
could survive. You
I
know
know,
what I
I'm
mean?
but
sorry,
I'm
man.
trying to see
And,
maybe the positive side in it. I
Yeah,
don't
there
know.
is no positive.
No.
But you know what? I'm going to tackle it head on. You know what I mean? That's the only way now to go forward, But
I think, yeah. I mean, just to say I think it's good that people know what happened because it's just not right. I think it's good for the audience to know that these guys are fucking pack of rats, dude.
what do you mean?
They're a pack of rats, bro. These guys are your friends, and they gang up on you, bully you because something that your girlfriend said, because Khalyla said that had nothing to do. Dude, the guys are fucking clowns, though, bro. They're meatheads, dude. Brendan Schaub been punched in the head too many fucking times.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I mean, Is there a question? Does he have what Junior Seau has? The CT?
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. You know what I mean?
But I know it's not good to get punched in the head.
It's not good to be punched in the head. Yeah. But yeah, go ahead, man. Go ahead.
I don't know if this is the right time to like.
I think it's a time to just put it all on the table. I don't think.
Go ahead, babe.
When I do talk to him, I feel like he is a guy who's like hurting a lot, and he really loves his family, and you know he feels he feels horrible when his kids are being talked about a certain way, when his wife is being talked about a certain way. So I understand like his pain and his feeling like he's on his heels, like he has to defend.
Who was talking about his family?
I think that the Reddit very harsh on
dude,
him.
Reddit is it's Reddit. That's what I'm saying.
Reddit talks about
they're mean to
everybody.
they'll
That's just the
fucking
internet.
ruin you if you go and read what they're saying. I mean, Reddit is a fucking vile place where they say horrible things about everybody.
Yeah, and that's what I told him. It's like, Schaub, whatever you're getting, I get.
Everybody gets
Equal-
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody gets it.
But I do think that he's somebody who, I don't know. I have empathy for him. I really
mean, that's
do.
horrible, obviously, to go after people's family. That's disgusting.
Yeah, the comedy culture for me, since I moved there in the late 90s, has always been bullying.
Really?
Yeah, there's always been like yeah, I mean.
What the hell?
I never expected to hear that. No, I'm serious.
I really did.
I'm
Yeah,
surprised by that.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
laughed because it seems obvious to you?
Yeah, to me that it seems obvious. Especially in certain clubs, it's always been a boys' club. I mean, there were boys, I can't name names, that would literally walk up to Whitney Cummings and Chelsea Handler and go, "Women aren't funny, get out of here."
Are you fucking kidding me?
And they would say that to them, right? One time a comic threw ice at Natasha Leggero's face. You know what I mean? Like, get out of here. You know what I mean? Like that type of mentality. I've always used women as openers because I always loved them. I've always been friends with female comics. I don't know what the fuck they're talking about, but they've also said stuff like that Asians aren't funny back in the day.
Oh, well, that.
Asians don't do stand-up because they're not funny, they're not a funny people, this and that. But all those things are things for me to persevere. But because I'm a guy from trauma and my dad was so violent growing up, right? I've always had this thing of like, I'll show you, I'm gonna get through this, I'm gonna prove you wrong, and I feel like I have done that, you know what I mean? That Asians are funny, we're funnier than you are, you know what I mean? I can get as many laughs as any other comic.
When I went and saw you,
Yeah.
I saw a few you crushed harder than anyone. People were electric for you.
Yeah, so I know that ability, but because of the culture at the time, right, of bullying, right, I just felt like that was just a part of the nature of the sport.
Wow.
And I endured it,
Wow.
And because of what happened a week ago, whatever, when I was bullied by these guys, right? To me, it's like the same mentality. It's like, I'm just gonna, process it, deal with it in my own way, and just find a perspective.
Yeah.
And my relationship with certain people now have completely changed. It'll never go back the same, because at the end of the day, like I know what I've done and what I haven't done in my life. All right. I do, right? Right? When people accuse me of certain things, there are some things like, yeah, I did that. You know what I mean? And there's a couple of things that I've done that one day I would like to talk about on podcasts that are like, that I've done to specific comics that are like, not cool. You know what I mean? And I know that I did those things, and I feel guilty and shame over it, right? But the things that they were saying last week, they came from such left field, right? That like I was the mastermind, you know what I mean, behind this Reddit group that was after, you know what I mean, Brendan Schaub. Why would I do that? I legitimate, and this is
honestly, if you saw Bobby type on a laptop, he's typewriter fingers. He does this.
Yeah, I do that, right? I have to.
He has 2 fingers.
Yeah,
But that should tell you something about their mentality, that they had this working theory about you even before this happened, that you're somehow trying to destroy him.
Yeah.
Like, does he really?
I also would uplift him and his crew and the people around him.
Dare I say you've probably been one of the most supportive people, like when he did first start doing stand-up.
Yeah, I have.
He said that. I remember I saw a clip. He said that Bobby was really that you were really
and
supportive
I'm still
of him.
supportive of him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think that he's funny. I really legitimately do.
The only one.
You know what I mean? I mean, there have been people like, there's a lot of comics that go, actors that do stand-up later in life, right? We don't support it. I support it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think that Jeremy Piven is funny. When Steve O started doing stand-up, me and Ian Edwards went to his house and we looked at his special and we gave him notes and this and that, right? I mean, I'm that type of a guy, right? But it's like, that's why when they did that, it was like, whoa, I'm an ally. What the fuck are you doing, right?
Right.
And, that was based on something I didn't do. Now, because of this, I'm just curious to see what happens. That's all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I feel you.
I better get every color of Teddy Fresh beanies.
Every day.
I mean, every
Every
time.
day.
Wait, me too, Kay.
Yeah, you guys.
No, not you. I want to box.
Are you
with
guys?
me.
Are you guys gonna argue after the podcast? Are you angry that this got here?
I think
No?
I've told Bobby, it's like, I will work out whatever I need to work out for myself and set my own boundaries for myself. If that.
That's the way it should be, but
irrespective,
unfortunately, these guys.
But I do feel bad for him because I think he gets, like I said, the brunt of it all. But I'll probably call Schaub after this and say, hey, this is what was said. And I'm going to stick to the promise of going directly to him if I have.
But it's true. What's so wrong about saying, "Oh, he hit on me"? It's like, okay,
Yeah. It wasn't.
doesn't seem that bad. I mean, not worse than other things have been said about other comedians.
Right.
Well, it's like, that's a very interesting point, Ethan. It's like, what am I running away from? It's like, we all have to look at our behaviors and what we did and we didn't do, right? And own up to them, Like I said before, it's like, I think it was Socrates or Plato that said, a life not self-examined is a life not worth living. You know what I mean? I think throughout, the modern day, we've always been introspective and to look at your character defects and your behaviors and own up to these things. You know what I mean? And I think that's the healthiest thing to do. But unfortunately, we don't live in a healthy, podcasting and stand-up. There's just so much at stake. You know what I mean? You also have fans against other fans. I mean, there are fans that will only strictly listen to whatever they're doing, and vice versa, Tiger Belly fans. And, I think our fans bleed over, which is cool. I think we're very like-minded, you know what I mean? But, when there's so much at stake and you have the internet involved, it gets really muddled and toxic.
Yes.
And I don't like the toxicity of it all. You know what I mean? All I'm trying to do is make people laugh. All I'm trying to do is perform, and I like acting too, so I act and I do all these things because these are things that I enjoy, and I think people enjoy me for the most part doing watching me. You know what I mean? So, when all these other elements are involved, it really makes me sad.
Yeah.
And it makes me uncomfortable, and it's just unfucking unfortunate, you know what I mean? Because I just don't understand why we all can't just, grow together.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Wouldn't it be so much classier if he was like, I was a sleaze and I did that and that was gross, and then people would respect him, right, for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's this meme here? Maybe you guys will get this. Alter ego in the Bob Cave.
I don't know what that means.
Does this make sense to you guys?
No.
Oh, this isn't a meme. This
Oh.
appears to be, we've obtained some of the evidence.
Okay.
Oh, this is you masterminding
This is-
the Brendan Schwab hate on Reddit.
What do you have to say about
Is
this?
that me?
Yeah.
So you pretend not to use
You're
computers.
pretending you don't know
but
it's
you
you.
actually have a
Wait.
Batman
How
cave.
did you come up with that right
I
now?
just found it.
This
Alter
is
ego
security
in the Bob
footage.
Cave.
Khalyla
Somebody just
sent us
DM'd it to
before
me.
the show.
That's
Gullible. He
insane.
really thinks he found it on the internet on Google.
Yeah.
See?
Yeah,
you
yeah.
have an underground layer with fucking 20 monitors
Yeah.
mass posting Brendan Schwab hate.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm trying to deliberate whether or not I want to add this piece of information or not.
Well, you might as well because
Yeah.
Well, one of
we're fucked as it is, so
Maybe
might as
not.
well.
I really wish,
I
like,
don't
my
know.
wish was for him to be open about the situation as well, so there'd be sort of this like clarity.
Okay,
back and forth.
interesting.
Right.
Growth.
But one of the threats was to expose something about me, about and it was a very specific thing about it.
We might as well talk about that
about a
now.
time, about something that I had been doing while Bobby and I were broken up.
Okay.
So we had an open thing.
Just take it all from them.
Okay, so we had an open thing, right? So that they can't use this against
Right,
us.
exactly.
Yeah, just put it all on the
Right.
table.
So we had this open
Yeah.
thing, and
You guys had an open relationship.
Yeah,
right?
I was
and
with-
Khalyla saw somebody in Hawaii.
Lovely person.
Lovely guy. I know the
In
guy.
fact,
I like.
Bobby hand selected him. Literally.
Yeah,
He was
yeah.
like,
Okay.
this guy's
Right.
amazing.
Right, so,
somebody that we could trust.
So you arranged something for her.
I didn't arrange it,
But
right?
you
But she
approved
asked,
him.
"Is this going to be okay?" And I said, "Go ahead and do it."
Okay,
right?
interesting.
And this is something that
This is
my
after-
therapist
yeah.
knew about. We talked about it
In
in couples
therapy.
counseling, this and that. So
Oh.
this is something. So it happened, right? And it got leaked into the internet, right? And now there's these conspiracy theories that she cheated on me and whatnot, right? This is this is the most uncomfortable podcast. This is another thing that I was going to not talk about, and now we're talking about
But
it.
why not? Nothing happened. If you're both comfortable, there's nothing to be
I'm totally
ashamed
cool
about.
with it, but I'm
there's
just
nothing
saying-
to be ashamed about.
And
Why
I'm just
should people lie
tired
about it?
of and I hear it every day online.
So just
and this and that.
so
That's
yeah.
why we just did it.
but that was
Right.
one
We just
of the,
fucking did it, man.
Right,
Put it
right.
to
I'm
rest.
supporting you.
Yeah.
That was one of the things that was like, if you don't get in line, I have nasty things to say about you too. And I was like, say them.
Also,
Because
you guys
it's
didn't do
like-
anything wrong. Like the insinuations, like I know about this and I'm gonna fucking blackmail you.
But I
guys.
do have to say that after it went on for a while, I didn't feel comfortable about it.
Okay.
And I've now looked at her maybe 4 months ago, and I said, I don't want to do this anymore, and let's go stay monogamous again.
Oh, this was happening up until recently.
Up until very
Recently,
okay,
right?
okay,
So,
interesting.
All right, here we go.
Bobby.
Let me just say
Okay,
this
go
what I have
ahead.
to fucking say.
Yeah.
I want to look in the fucking mirror. In the
Mirror.
camera, right? As a podcaster, there are a lot of things that I have revealed. You know what I mean? Because I've done thousands of hours of talking, as have you guys, right? But there are things that I keep still close to my heart that I'll never reveal. Even this thing, I'm willing to talk about it. But there are certain things in my life that I'm really not willing to talk about because it's no one's business.
Sure.
Right? And, for me to survive by being a podcaster, there are things that I have to keep sacred to myself.
Yeah.
Okay? And so that's why I don't talk about certain things. You know what I mean? Because it's like it's no one's business.
This was one of them.
Right? And this was one of them, and now it's everyone's business. Because I'll tell you why, though. The reason why I'm willing to talk about it is because of the fact that it's, there's too much rumor and
Yeah.
stuff on the internet. You know what I mean? About it. People are coming up with their own conclusions and this. And it's like, I just might as well clear it up. And that's the reality of the situation. Another thing that I'm willing to admit is I haven't seen pornography in 4 months. Okay?
That's great.
Sorry.
Good for you.
Your dog just said, why?
He goes, yeah.
But and the reason why is because for many, many years, you know what I mean, I wasn't intimate with Khalyla because of my chronic pornography addiction, right? Which led to us having this open thing because I didn't know what to do, right? So it's like, it's another thing that's personal and that I wasn't really willing to talk about because it's no one's fucking business, you know? My relationship with Khalyla is sacred. We share a beautiful life together. We have 7 animals, a house. We have kind of a daughter. Juliana is kind of our daughter. And we're proud of her growth and whatnot. And, you want to be able to keep stuff to yourself. I have dreams and aspirations outside of show business as well. That's the fact. You know what I mean? I'm not ashamed of anything. I'm not embarrassed about anything about my life. That's that, that's the reality, and these are things that people have used to blackmail me, right? To expose you. It's like we're, you know what I mean? So I'm willing to take that head on. Yeah.
That's sad. Thank you for sharing that. I'm
Yeah.
sorry that you had to even talk about it.
This whole thing has been uncomfortable.
But it's good you take the power.
Yeah.
It's good you take the power from them.
Yeah, it's but maybe this is the healthiest way to do it. I don't know. In retrospect, when I scream at her in the car, we'll see. We'll see. We'll see what happens.
This is my personal philosophy. I know it's just me, but I always like to get stuff like this out in the open. And shit like this happens to me all the time for some reason. Where I get into beef. I'm being sued 4 fucking times by one billionaire. He sued me 4 times. I've won 2 already.
Yeah.
Ryan Kavanaugh, by the way.
Yeah.
Google his name, Ryan Kavanaugh.
Oh, Ryan Kavanaugh? Okay.
Yeah, Ryan Kavanaugh.
He sued you?
4 times. He's a piece of shit.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Copyright infringement, defamation, tortious interference, and he tried to get our website taken down. Does Ryan Kavanaugh look like Harvey Weinstein? Which is the top result, by the way, if you type Ryan Kavanaugh.
Yeah.
Even before Wikipedia.
Does he look like Harvey Weinstein?
You want to see?
I'd love to see the comparison. I'll be the judge.
But the point I was trying to make is that in my life, the one thing I've done is never shy from conflict and always take things head on, especially when I feel like I'm being bullied. And it has served me very well in life. It's not for everyone, though.
Yeah.
Like I went on Tom and Christina's podcast, and he goes, and people always ask me, how are you so comfortable with everyone hating you, or how are you so comfortable just like getting in all these conflicts? And I said, I don't know.
See, but here's the thing. Before you go into that, Ethan, is that I'm not comfortable with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
I
Definitely not for everybody.
Yeah, I'm not I don't like confrontation.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I like to. I'm more namaste, like Steven Seagal. You know what I mean?
Steven Seagal is
Steven
hardly
Seagal.
namaste.
I know, but he says namaste all
Vladimir
the time.
Putin.
He says it all the time, so it's like
You hear how he says Vladimir Putin's name? Hit it back.
Vladimir Putin.
He puts so much respect on it. Puts so much respect on it.
So for me, I don't like it.
Yeah, I understand. Most,
yeah. Anyway, good to see.
But, sometimes it's, well, let's see how it turns out for you this time.
Are you okay?
No. I'm not okay.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Well,